my name is Jody Hershbine. Currently, I'm a software developer with the Air Force Wargaming Institute at Maxwell Air Force Base in Alabama. It was a culmination of everything that I've done up to this point in my life. The first time I laid hands on a computer was my senior year of high school, and it was an Apple IIe at that point. I learned to program BASIC and Pascal on it, and actually started college for computer science, ran out of money and joined the Air Force. So that was right at the beginning of Desert Shield and Storm. So the deployments came fast and furious, and it wasn't until after a deployment in 2005 to Iraq that I realized that I needed to get back to what I really should have been focused on. So I used a GI Bill to go back to school and got an MIS degree through Athens State University. But my entire time in the military, I was able to write programs and do things for the Air Force on the side and keep that passion alive. And it just so happened that I came to Montgomery with the Air National Guard, and this position opened up here at the Wargaming Institute, and I put in for it. So it took my Air Force experience and my passion for programming and married the two together, and seemed like a really good fit. My purpose at the Wargaming Institute has changed and evolved over the years, from just sitting down and writing code to kind of being the mesh that holds the different offices together. I have the ability, because of my Air Force experience, to speak to the operators and the other people there on their terms, and then translate those over on the technical side and be able to relate that to our other programmers that don't have Air Force operational experience, so that we get a better picture of what's really needed for the war game. When I looked at our processes and realized that a lot of the things that were happening within the Wargaming Institute were stovepiped, and we really needed to collaborate more and open up the teamwork aspect of developing software. And since we were not authorized, but not funded properly to have a user experience person or a business analyst, that we had to figure out another way of getting those roles involved into the process without having the physical bodies there. And the way we did that was to open up the communication lines. So it wasn't just me going back and forth, but we actually brought the people that develop the war games, who have a lot of Air Force operational experience, with the technical people, and got them on the same team and on the same page. And since that point, our software has been just fantastic. But I played a pivotal role in actually facilitating that and actually making that happen. Biggest obstacle was there were several old hats that were still around that felt challenged. They felt like they were giving up a certain level of authority. They didn't have somebody they could one person to blame if something went wrong. In the team environment, the team took responsibility and team took actions to fix things, but there was no single person. And in that, having the hierarchical chain of command, the people that had finally worked their way up to the top felt threatened by that. But it was hard to argue against the results. And so over the past 3 years, the process has really solidified itself in the organization, and I could never see us going back now. I think I have freedom. For the most part, I am looked upon as an authority in the process and how we produce software here now. And I have the freedom, even though I'm not high up in the chain, but I really can make changes and people listen. So I feel like I've earned that freedom. I think I've pretty much fulfilled my mission here. I really want to move on. I want to pursue being a Scrum Master and helping facilitate organizations to move to Agile in their software development practices. And eventually I want to take what I learned here from the Wargaming Institute and start my own business using wargaming to help companies fight against social media attacks and cyber attacks. I probably would have never even thought about going that direction without IEM. Actually, IEM was probably the turning point for me. Like I said, I had an associate's in computer programming. I had an MIS, which was through Athens State, but that goes through the business school. And when I joined IEM, I really thought that I was going to go and kind of shore up the resume with a engineering degree, but pleasantly was surprised to find that I came away with so much more. I came away with a whole different outlook of viewing myself and viewing my position in the organization. Go beyond your technical skills. Learn how to communicate on multiple levels, because so often we get buried into thinking we have to have the latest technologies or languages or whatever, but what it really boils down to is people and processes, and the computer and the software are only tools to help facilitate that. So get outside of your comfort zone and really learn how to delve in more conversations with people that you really wouldn't think you would have those conversations with, and it's going to make you a much better programmer. Look at where you're at now, and if you're not fully satisfied, then you should go through the IEM program. If nothing else, it'll help you discover who you are and help get you where you want to be. But I thought it was going to be a more technical degree at first when I joined IEM, but it didn't take me long to realize it had more of a leadership and entrepreneurial aspect to it, and to me it became more valuable than anything I could have gotten from a technical degree. I think career-wise I'm much further ahead because of the course, and I'm no longer worried about what's next, because I feel like I can achieve anything by having the skill set that I gained from IEM.